Shut up!
You're pretty and have many fine qualities.
I will lick your face.
Ready?
Yep.
All right. Welcome everybody. We have another exciting update from Mooney Ben Entertainment, and tomorrow, guys, today, this is the manufacturer. Actually, you like to play with knives. Here you go. This is the manufacturer's not demo, the whatever they call it. Basically, they've already sent us the two preview ones. Now, this is the one they made first for the manufacturing run and sent out just to make sure that the final piece looks good. It's like a second check-in to make sure that we're happy with what it looks like. We did end up making one change to the final box after the preview ones last time. So the previous video that you saw, we added all the minis to the side of the box, and this is gonna be the first time we see it in print, so that'll be interesting. And then we ended up choosing one of the two mini options as well. So, alrighty. Tomorrow Dies Today, a game of strategy, negotiation, and world domination. The addition that we put was so you could see the minis right there on the side, because before there was no real showcasing of the metal minis, and that's kind of a cool feature of the game. So
yeah,
yes,
it really blends nicely with the color of the words too.
yeah, no, Steven from Mindless Telepathy did that for us, so he does a great job. Alrighty.
Actually, I brought scissors for this purpose.
Back off over here and drink some coffee.
As much as I would like to slice up your box with a knife, you know, thought I might get in trouble for scratching.
I appreciate you resisting. So as a quick side note, so we have, without the plastic on there, there's the thing with the minis. You have the different game modes on this side, which is again the solo cooperative, team versus team, and then the kind of cooperative competitive hybrid with all those. Standard name, and then the pile of minis, which is also the art for, not pyramid scheme, but Ponzi schemes, which is pyramid schemes.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
So they're all in pyramid because I love puns. And then the back, which is a little busy, but I think it works. So you have a picture of the board, a couple of the character sheets out there. Again, the different types of games, brief description, and then a QR code, which will take you directly to the website, so you can watch videos and do all that other fun stuff for the game. All right.
I have claimed the honor.
All right.
Ooh.
The first time.
It's got a nice slide to it.
Alrighty. So I'm going to go through and make sure that all these are correct, because we didn't make any changes to these, but these are all just your tokens and what have you. There's 4 sheets of these, so there's a decent amount of them.
And I get to punch out all of them?
You get to punch out all of them, as per tradition. They also have some space-saving ones here. So, as for instance, 10 of the tokens, I believe it's 10, has ×3 on there. So that means that if you have 3 funding, instead of having 3 funding chits there, you can just put 1 on top of one of these, or 2 for 6, or 3 for 9. It helps clean up your game space and, you know, make that a little bit easier.
This is a very important test, dear.
Ooh.
You do punch nicely.
It's like the board. It's like the bubble grab of board gamers. Okay, let's move on. Do the honors for this one.
Look at that pretty manual. I love how you made it into a manila folder inside. So you've got your tabs, and it, you know, looks like the FBI or something is keeping tabs on all of your villainous activity. Right? The art's great too. But it makes it very clean and easy to read, because you've got the different color coding for the different methods of play. Where it just looks like your Cutthroat is yellow, Mayhem's red, and Syndicate's blue. And then that's consistent throughout the entire rule book. So if you're just playing, say, cooperative, you just go through, read the gray bits, read the blue bits, skip the yellow and red bits.
And it looks like a lot in the beginning, but you can see that towards the end, where the bulk of the game mechanics are, It's
let me hold it for you.
it's all gray. Oh, here you go.
Yeah, so you don't have to learn 3 completely separate rule systems.
Yeah, so effectively what that means is in the beginning for like setup and everything, there is a lot of different rules and such, but then once you get into the actual bulk of the game, you might have one little thing down here that's like, hey, by the way, for this other game mode, this has changed slightly. But otherwise, same rules for all 3 games, which is nice. Consistency.
Ooh, this is one of my favorite parts, the character sheets. I hope they're a little bit thicker than they were, because I think they're a little bit flimsy in the first one.
The initial prototype demos, yeah, but
Not
these
bad, not bad. Oh, these are the cheat sheets.
Yep, and they did come out right. There was a question about these at the manufacturers, but they came out right. Cool.
Awesome.
So as a quick demo of these, you have a cheat sheet for what you can do on your plotting actions. So you have different espionage you can spend for various effects. And I don't know why I'm like putting them up, because I'm gonna like end up putting, if I edit this right, graphics up to.
Cause you gotta show the people.
I'm just excited and I want to like shove it into the camera and be like, here, hold on to this.
Take it. Buy our game.
But yeah, so plotting actions are basically what you can do to affect the board. You can like switch out tiles on the board, so the board is constantly changing throughout the game. You can get more side jobs for VP, which is villain prestige for those who are following along. Gadgets to bolster your squads and such, and then a cheat sheet for the structure of the rounds. Like, okay, here's your scheming phase, here's your villainy phase, and here's your monologuing phase.
And if you're bored by all the nitty gritty of the rules, every single character sheet has their backstory on the back of the card. So you can actually role play your villain as you play the game if you wanna.
Yep. The backstories not only have like the cinematic background, but also the reasoning for all their betrayal triggers on the front. So as for instance, Axel has a betrayal trigger that says if the technology track is higher than 2, he gets a betrayal trigger. And on the back, he talks about why that is. So let's see here.
If I remember correctly, it's because he really likes efficiency and technology and
function over form.
Yeah.
Just because something is using the latest tech and shiny software doesn't mean it's better. Keep things simple and functional. Everyone will be better off. Meanwhile, Yugo Tottori is the exact opposite. He wants everything like really high. So if the technology track is lower than 3, then so this is Yugo.
Oh.
Archibald.
Oh, I always mix those two up.
I think I said Yugo because I was looking at him in your hand. He's all the way back here.
Archibald. Gray one.
So technology track is less than 3, meaning one of these 2, if they're in play, are always going to have a betrayal trigger out.
And that's the fun part about this game is like there's no way to please everyone because they're all villains.
Archibald is here to make the best technology, while Axel is wonderful at placing circuits together like Legos. Archibald wants to find new ways to unlock the secrets of the universe. So he wants the tech track to be high.
Yeah, let's be real. They're all narcissistic, idiosyncratic, evil people. Ooh, and then we've got the minis. I'm just gonna hold up the whole ass box because this is what we have learned is called a blister pack. And they are fancy. Hello, Axel. Those are sweet.
Yeah, they came out really well.
Yeah. And I know we picked the non-glossy minis so that if you want to customize your game set, you can actually paint them yourself.
Emerson Barlow, our gentleman assassin. James Bond, if he decided to go rogue.
I love that in the LARP version, everyone else like had a reasoning of like why they would be the betrayer, and you know, this, that, or the other thing. Maybe their conscience got to them. For Emerson Barlow, it was, yeah, Emerson Barlow died and you're an imposter.
You're like the Ethan Hawke, James Bond character. You got like the fake Emerson Barlow mask on, infiltrating the base.
Yeah. Because he is, he's got problems.
And it was, instead of James Bond, it was Stuck. Jim Stuck.
This man and his puns. Alright, I can't figure out how to, oh, there's the tab. Okay. Shut up!
You're pretty and have many fine qualities.
I will lick your face.
I think I'm gonna make that the preview of the video. Shut up! I'll lick your face!
Gonna get you one day. I really love this picture. These are the Doomsday missions, right?
Doomsday Plans.
Doomsday Plans. Like, honestly, if that isn't a Doomsday plotting session, I don't know what is. Got all those faceless henchmen.
Yeah, with the faceless henchmen on the TV in the background, all standing at attention and everything. Oh, we got proper meeples this time.
Oh yes, because they were cubes last time.
Yeah, so
I can go find that if you want.
I think it's over there, but yeah, it actually is right there. So, so we had a misunderstanding with the manufacturer the first time around, and when they initially said 12 millimeter meeples, they ended up sending 12 or not even 12 millimeter. They just sent cubes. So these were not what I was going for. And granted, we didn't need anything fancy, but you know, having little dudes like your soldier here.
They're your literal faceless henchmen. They don't have a face. They're not a mini. They're a person.
Rank and file that look all identical. They don't even have name tags. So.
Did we get the?
You have all those different there, and each color is a different type of henchman. They kind of like Lords of Waterdeep. Each one, like you have your warrior and cleric and everything. You got your thief for yellow. You have your soldier for red, and each one of them has different stats. So you can customize your squads and then figure out a creative way to solve a problem that somebody else might not do the same way, which makes your dudes a lot more versatile.
Yeah, this little cheat sheet down at the bottom about what's what.
There's 6 in total.
Did we get the pawns for the Interpol agent and the CIA?
Oh, good call.
Because we didn't get those last time. Or
we did, but they were like really, really small. Yes, we did. Cool. So we actually have pawns.
This is what they were before.
Before and after. They're probably like right around there. A little bit different. So we were like,
I think that, yeah, the Interpol agent is a little bit more intimidating now.
Yeah, a little bit. All right, so good fixes there. So far, so good.
Thank you, Longpack.
Longpack, been doing great. All right.
Oh my God.
So actually, right on the top, like we were talking about in the box, Ponzi schemes. We'll try to flash this up after we do editing out later. But so the blue ones here are all your resource missions. Those are the ones where like villains are going out with henchmen and they're like robbing banks and like committing crimes and stuff to gather resources and recruit other faceless henchmen to help make sure that the organization is strong and doing its thing. And then there's 18 of those. Then you have your red ones.
Oh yeah, they've got some blue ones in the other stack.
Yeah, no, they're just kind of mixed in because there's 18 resource missions. And then actually, this is one of my favorites.
Why are they all mixed up? That's kind of
no
weird.
idea. They probably cut them out, popped them out, and then just threw them in there. But Burgle Fort Knox, for instance, is one of your Doomsday missions. The Doomsday ones are red, are a lot harder, and instead of being like, yeah, we're stealing some resources or recruiting some people, these are like the world-shaking events. These are the ones that make the world pliable for your Doomsday plan to go through. Because even though there's 5 different Doomsday plans, all of them require a certain amount of Doomsday missions to be completed to be pulled off.
Yeah. Sorry.
I was gonna say some of them are like 4 Doomsday missions and all this technology, or 6 Doomsday missions and these particular situations on the board. But it's basically saying now the world is in a more malleable state where Goodman can step in and seize control.
Yeah, it's like the difference between a social engineering scam and infiltrating intelligence agencies.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of a step up.
We have some of the generic, or not generic tiles, but unique tiles like technology track, and then on the back it gives you a little cheat sheet of what it does and what you can do with it.
Yeah, don't forget about that. I always forget that the cheat sheet's on the back, and I'm like, what the heck does this do?
This is going to be probably too dark to show up on camera.
Oh, here's Axel's. This one's nice.
Yeah. So you have the base tiles, which is where your dudes go back to like plot and scheme before they stage out to the world. And on the back, there's the base entrance. These came, yeah, no, it's the base entrance. So if you betray, you flip this over, and then that's how the betrayer then gets into the base later. So the double-sided on that.
And then Goodman is just Goodman on both sides because
you don't betray.
he's the organization.
This one was done by our artist Nuclear Starfish, and this is arms dealing. I love this art, so I just have to stumble upon it, so I brag about it. All right, due to some slight technical difficulties, we stopped recording right towards the end of the video. We were going through the tiles. We're going to restart there and try to finish this off while actually recording, as opposed to just talking to open air.
And Sean's a master editor, so I'm sure it'll be fine.
Yeah, no. All right, cool. So we have those different tiles that we were talking about there. We also have some specialty tiles, some unique tiles, like the Doomsday Clock. The Doomsday Clock is what keeps track of the time in the game until either mayhem ends and you choose a winner, or the game ends and the authorities catch up to your organization. But we made a last-minute change on this one too. So if you're playing with global events, which is required in Syndicate, the solo co-op game, but is optional for the other ones, you get a global event, which is like a crisis card every 2 rounds.
Oh, sweet.
Yep.
Oh.
Now it reminds you on this one, so every time you get to one, it tells you, hey, by the way, it's time for another global event.
He didn't tell me he was making that change, but that's fantastic because we've had a few times where we forgot to
You were like, oh crap, global event.
Yeah. Oh, that's really nice. I'm sure he'll put a picture up in the screen somewhere for you.
Yes.
But
Technology track with a cheat sheet now on the back, which tells you exactly what is going on in the card, what you can do with it. A lot of the things that have specialty rules now have this on the back, like the agent headquarters also
yeah, I was
have
just
that.
gonna look for those. What color are those?
And the betrayer's bolt hole, which we were joking.
Bolt hole.
Yeah, bolt hole. This is our wood for sheep card. Like it was the initial name that got made fun of. I was like, I'm not changing it. It's got a summary, so you don't have to dig in the book. Cause it's got like a meaty paragraph in the book of like, here's what happens when you become a betrayer. But this is the quick and dirty version, so you don't have to dig through the books.
What color are the Interpol and CIA?
They're red and blue because
Interpol. I always say that.
Interpol.
I always say it Interpol. They're red and blue, you said?
Yeah, they look just like.
Here's one.
There you go.
So you got CIA headquarters, and then on the back it's all of the different things you can do while you're on the CIA headquarters. And I always forget it's there, but if you're smarter than me, you'll remember, and it will make your life easier.
She's pretty and has many fine qualities. All right. So we are going to be approving this over the weekend, assuming I don't dig through this and find anything that's wrong. Mass production and stuff.
Did we do the minis?
I thought we didn't talk about the broken legs this time.
Minis.
So-
Minis.
They're
so cool.
Yeah, I can't remember what happened after we cut out. So yeah.
They're awesome. We went with the non-shiny design so that you can customize them yourself. If you want to, if you are inclined, if you are of the mini painting community.
And Longpack was nice enough to thicken up some of the areas that were breaking before. So on our original minis, which were resin, so a lot less stable, like Azura's gun would break off sometimes.
Also her head, apparently.
Yeah, her head was, that's right, they put her goggles around her neck now, so now they're a little bit thicker.
Poor Jin lost her feet.
But not only are they now fixed, because Longpack went through and like thickened up those areas, like put like baggier pants on and stuff like that, but also they are metal, so these ain't going nowhere. Where are they going?
Nowhere.
Nowhere.
I'm very tempted to just throw this on the ground and see if it breaks, but I also love them and don't want to hurt them.
Reminds me of that Goofy family on YouTube where like they have the New Year's party and the little kid smashes the bowl and whatever.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah. So we have those. We should be approving this over the weekend. Mass manufacturing then starts. We had a whole bunch of cool pictures and videos from Longpack so that we can share those out. The vessel has already been reserved. We have partnered up with Bridge Distribution over in Georgia, which a bunch of great people. Can't wait to like work with them more directly. So we're going to be working with their distribution network, and I'm also going to be distributing some directly. I will be hand delivering to some of our larger buyers, some locals, which are just easier to get to. The Gaming Goat down in Vegas.
Go Kevin! Wait, no, wrong one. Go Jeff! Kevin's at the Wizard's Chest.
I'm sorry, Jeff. You're awesome. I haven't forgotten you. So the Gaming Goat, which is an amazing network of gaming stores across the country. Jeff Bergman is just crazy awesome at supporting indie publishers. The Wizard's Chest, go Kevin, which is
go Jeff. No, go Kevin.
Black and Red, which is another local game, and the Silver Key Lounge down in Phoenix, just to name a few off the top of my head. So I'm going to try to hand deliver as much of this as possible. For our two supervillain backers, which we have Alexandria Croxford Page and Christina Partington, who are incredibly generous and backed our supervillain package. I will be hand delivering your games to you. We will be going over how to play this so that you are master supervillains by the time we are done. And I can't wait to see both yours and everybody else's experiences and videos and reviews and such. Speaking of small indie publisher, I would love any support you guys can give. Share this video, give us a rating on Board Game Geek. Just help boost the signal, because the more buzz, the better.
Tell your friends, give it to your family for Christmas, all that jazz.
Yep. But yeah, we will continue to update you guys, but we're on the final stretch right now and ahead of schedule still. Not as ahead of schedule as I was hoping, but still well ahead of the October deadline that we initially gave. So yeah, love you all. Here's to conquering the world together, and we'll see you soon.